Welcome to part 5 of Formulae and Functions in Microsoft Excel 2007. So far, in other videos, we have been looking at how to use different formula, how to use various cell referencing techniques when you write a formula and copy it to other cells in the spreadsheet. In this video, we shall talk about functions in Excel. So what is a function? A function is nothing but a predefined formula. Excel has many built-in functions such as sum, average, and so on. Just like formulae, functions also start with an equal sign. When you want to insert a function inside a spreadsheet, you must start with an equal sign. A function has got two parts to it. It has got a function name and it takes a bunch of arguments. Arguments are nothing but values over which the formula or function makes the calculations. The arguments can be numbers, text, cell references, or it could be another formula yielding a value, one of the values of the arguments. The arguments appear to the right side of the function name and they are enclosed in parentheses. Some functions do not need any argument to be passed. Nevertheless, they should be invoked with parentheses. An example function being now. So you invoke now with an open parenthesis and a closed parenthesis with no argument between the parentheses. Let us see how to invoke functions or insert functions in a spreadsheet by actually entering a function by its name. Let us take an example spreadsheet, which is our famous mark sheets of various students. If you have got 5 students, 4 subjects, and the marks of a student in different subjects is laid down here. Suppose we want to calculate the total marks obtained by each student across all the 4 subjects. How do we do that? We have seen how to write a formula to obtain this. Now let us see how to obtain this using a built-in function. So the first step tells us to click on the cell where you want the function inserted. Since we want to calculate the total in this cell, we click on cell F3. The second step tells us to start with an equal sign and then asks us to type the function name. So we go there, type an equal sign and start writing the function name, which is nothing but sum in our case. Third step tells us to follow the function name with the arguments enclosed in parentheses. So we put arguments by putting open and close bracket. The fourth step asks us to press enter to display the result of the function. Of course, we didn't supply any argument value. We just opened and closed the parentheses. Let's supply the values. So Excel hints at us saying that we must supply multiple numbers to be summed up to be able to add up. So let's choose the 4 cells which we want to be added. So in this case, we are supplying the numbers through a cell range. And let's press enter. And there you go. We got the total number of marks for Amar. So now that we have obtained the marks for Amar, it's an easy thing to copy and paste this formula for all the other students. So now Very similar to the relative referencing, you can see the formula has been adjusted appropriately, or the function has been adjusted appropriately, that the arguments are changing corresponding to the student that we have chosen. The row number, you would notice, the row number changes according to the total against the student name. Now let's see another method of invoking a function. This method is involved with the choosing of a function from select a function and pasting the function into the spreadsheet. So let's once again click on the cell where the function is to be inserted. Let's clean up the currently inserted functions, and let's go to F3, Amar's total marks, and let me put equal sign again as told by our second step. So where it says insert function button has to be clicked, and we know the insert function button lies in the formula bar. So let me click on that. So the insert function dialog box appears. The next step to do is to choose the function category from select a category drop-down list box. So you have select a category list down box. So we could either search for a function like by typing sum and then go, or we could select a category such as math and trigonometry. So let me choose math and trigonometry. And then we need to choose a desired function name from the select a function list box. So we have a select a function list box. So we go down there and look out for sum, and there we go. We find the sum function inside the math and trigonometry function category. Then we click on OK. And then we have another dialog box which says supply the function arguments to me. So the function arguments dialog box appears. We need to now click on the collapse button on the right of the box labeled as number 1 or value 1, so that we can choose what is the range of cells that we want to supply as argument 1. So let's go back here, and this is the number 1 box. So depending on the function that you are invoking, it could be either number 1 or value 1. Since it's a sum function we have invoked, it is called number 1, number 2, and so on. If it is any other function that takes a different kind of argument, it could be labeled as value 1, value 2, and so on. So let's click on this collapse button to choose the values that we want to pass, and select a range of cells to be included as first argument of the function and press the enter key. So let's choose the 4 individual marks of Hammer and then press enter key. And repeat step 6 and 7 to insert additional arguments if you wanted to. Since we have given a range of cells, we are okay. We are done with all the input parameters, so I can click on OK. And there you go. You can see the total marks displayed. So click the OK to insert the button. Insert the function, sorry. So that brings us to an end of how to copy, how to insert a function, either by entering or by pasting the function from a list of functions. Thanks for watching.